Hello everyone, welcome to PST channel, game story, movie style for your busy days. Happy anniversary, Wuthering Waves Rovers. Let's dive into a double dose of story goodness today. First up, the exclusive anniversary event story, and right after, we're unraveling the tale of Zani, the non-stop workers. Feel free to play at your own pace and rely on PST to explain the story to you later. Let the storytelling begin this anniversary. This is the story of the second Coming of Solaris, a virtual simulation game developed by the Pioneer Association, a prestigious organisation in science and education. This story is not part of the game's main plot, and the characters may behave differently from their official personalities. The story begins when Rover returned to Jinzhou. Encore reaches out to Rover, asking for help developing a mysterious new feature for the game. Unable to resist Encore's charm, Rover agrees and dives into the simulated world known as the Second Coming of Solaris. Upon entering, Rover is shocked to find they've transformed into a cube. This is due to a combination of Encore's powers and the remnants of Tethys' system, energy granted by Shorekeeper. Before Rover can even process what's happening, the anniversary cake, the game's control unit, is devoured by a mysterious cube named Abbowser. After swallowing the control unit, Abbowser takes control of Second Solaris and holds the other cubes hostage. Encore tries to contact the Pioneer Association for advice, but soon after she leaves, Abbowser appears before Rover, forcing them into a classic hero versus Demon Lord game. As a first step, Abbowser returns a few cubes to serve as Rover's teammates in its game. Rover speaks with the three cubes, Changli, Jinsi, and Shorekeeper. Changli Cube remarks that cubes are born from Rover's memories. She speculates Rover might be from the past or the future. This surprises Rover, who simply replies that some things are better left unsaid. Changli teases back, saying, "Then, let's keep this our little secret," and promises to show Rover her collection next time they visit. Jinsi Cube remains true to her original self, always thinking about the safety of Jinzhou. Shorekeeper Cube, however, seems different. She wasn't born from Rover's memories. She entered the game world herself and can no longer connect to the Tethys system. Together, the group fights their way to Abbowser Castle, where Rover discovers a place resembling the Black Shores. It turns out Camellya Cube and Abbowser have created the new Black Shores together. Now, Camellya Cube controls the game. Surprisingly, it's not Abbowser, but Camellya Cube who rules the castle. She's only seeking endless fun, wanting to play this game hundreds, thousands, even millions of times. After indulging in her fun, Camellya ends the game of hide-and-seek and prepares to return to the cube world with Rover. Realizing he's been tricked, Abbowser is left betrayed by his own minions and is forced to retreat. The game continues until Rover encounters a starving Rochia who's entered sleep mode due to lack of food. The one speaking on her behalf is none other than Pero. Rover and Rochia play games and snack their way through the world. After feasting, Rochia can't resist eating Abbowser's prized dessert. Heartbroken, Abbowser leaves in tears, pulling at everyone's heartstrings. In the next game, Rover wins a treasure chest as a reward from Abbowser. But someone swipes it. A single coin left behind gives Rover a clue to the thief's identity. Just as Rover suspects, Brant is the culprit who stole the chest. When Abbowser confronts him, Brant slyly tricks him into awakening a giant chest mimic. So, who's the real villain now? The next area resembles the Montelli family estate. And yes, Rover finds Carlotta, who's being harassed by Abbowser. Rover's arrival helps turn the tide. Rover defeats Abbowser's echoes. With no backup left, Abbowser is thoroughly defeated. Carlotta finds clues that may lead to other cubes, and offers to help Rover track them down as thanks. Eventually, Rover reaches the Temple of the Order, and is surprised to find that the so-called Primus is none other than Phoebe. She tries to persuade Abbowser to change his ways with a lesson. Even though cake is delicious, and it's normal to want to eat it, we shouldn't always give in to our impulses. The Sentinel teaches us self-restraint, not to fear our nature, but to befriend it. Abbowser tries to trick Phoebe with sweet words, but she doesn't fall for it. The arrival of Rover helps her escape safely. In the next game, Rover encounters a shocking surprise. The mysterious recruit Z is actually Zani, found hiding inside a chest. She's working for Abbowser unpaid because of the chest mimic she accidentally unleashed, which bit him hard. Zani politely declines Carlotta's offer to help pay her debt, but promises to help Rover after work every day. Rover keeps progressing, and once again, Abbowser blocks the path, this time with the mighty elite number 2, Cantarella. But oops, she uses the wrong powder by accident, making Rover even stronger. The game nears its end as Rover finally meets the legendary and ultra-strong elite number 1, who turns out to be none other than the familiar Calcaro. In the end, a deal is struck. He hands over the captured Brand, and Rover hires him to help settle his debt with Abbowser. Eventually, Rover enters a certain room and meets elite number 3, Cartethia, who appears to know Abbowser. The two are in the middle of a heated argument about game design. Abbowser claims to be the best designer, but Cartethia disagrees, saying dangerous echoes ruin the fun. She believes games should bring joy and that challenges should foster teamwork and connection. Abbowser storms off in anger. To ensure he doesn't return, Rover sets off to track him down. Eventually, they find him with Cantarella, who releases smoke to hypnotize Abbowser and put him to sleep. Everyone comes together to help repair the anniversary cake, and the grand celebration is finally held in all its glory. Amid the darkness of the alleyways, two shady individuals were arguing over the item they needed to deliver to their boss. Their quarrel was interrupted by the voice of Rover, who happened to be walking by. When the two turned to confront him, one of them proudly mentioned the name Black Alley.
Excuse me. I need your help.
However, the other noticed Rover's demeanor and immediately fled the scene. Just then, a mysterious young woman appeared, urgently asking Rover for help before vanishing, as mysteriously as she arrived, right as a familiar voice rang out. Zani had arrived. Upon seeing Rover, she immediately began questioning him. Zani quickly deduced that the perpetrators were involved in a kidnapping scheme and had attempted to break into someone's home. She also mentioned that the name Black Alley had resurfaced, once a notorious criminal group that had supposedly been wiped out, now seemingly active again. Soon after, officers from the Chamber of Discipline arrived to assess the situation. Zani offered to take the suspects in for questioning herself and asked Rover to wait. While waiting for Zani to return, Rover decided to track down the mysterious woman. His search led him to the gondola docks, where he found only a small clue she had left behind. When Zani returned, she reported that the chamber wasn't willing to disclose much information, but confirmed that the suspects had claimed to be members of Black Alley, possibly remnants of the old gang that had been defeated years ago. Zani suspected that the mysterious woman might be one of the victims forced to join the gang. She also expressed her belief that Rover could never ignore a call for help, and thus invited him to investigate an old secret entrance to Black Alley. Upon arrival, they found the entrance unusable. While searching for another way in, they were ambushed by two masked brothers who tried to extort them. However, Rover and Zani quickly overpowered them, leaving the brothers begging for mercy. The brothers then revealed that a mysterious woman had come there weeks ago and destroyed the entrance without a word, causing them to disappear for 2 whole weeks. Zani speculated that the woman might have been the one who destroyed the entrance and questioned her motive before deciding to bring the brothers in for questioning. Zani promised Rover she would continue investigating the truth behind Black Alley. She also revealed that the earlier criminals had been targeting the residence of Officer Montelli, a location she was responsible for protecting. When Rover arrived at the designated meeting spot in Ragunna City, Zani updated him with new information. She had uncovered the name of Black Alley's leader, Talos, a figure believed to have perished along with the gang's downfall years ago. Zani also mentioned Blazing Nightwalker, the legendary figure who once wiped out Black Alley. In their conversation, Zani revealed more about the Blazing Nightwalker, a mysterious vigilante who had never revealed their identity, but had saved many citizens from criminals. After taking down Talos and Black Alley, the Nightwalker had vanished. Talking to Margarita, Rover learned that the Blazing Nightwalker used to punish criminals who bullied the weak, though that was years ago and the city had since become safer. All these accounts painted a picture of the Blazing Nightwalker as a crucial, mysterious force against crime in Ragunna City, now disappeared from public consciousness after defeating Black Alley. Later, while resting in his room before the next operation, Rover couldn't sleep and went to talk with Zani. They discussed the mission, and Rover questioned why the Montelli family had sent Zani alone. Zani explained it was to avoid drawing too much attention. She then revealed that she was the one who had originally handed Talos and the Black Alley leaders over to the Order. In other words, she was the Blazing Nightwalker. Zani said she had never intended to be a hero or to earn such a name. He simply did what had to be done. Even now, he was still doing the same work, though he admitted the fire inside her had dimmed over time. When the mission began, Rover fought off some weak thugs, but once the enemies mentioned the item given by the boss, the situation escalated, prompting Zani to join the fight. During the chase, one thug took Bakey hostage and called it an echo napping. She was eventually defeated and taken for questioning by Zani. However, these thugs were still not the true target. Soon, a woman named Colleen appeared, asking for help for herself and her friends. She revealed that she, too, was part of Black Alley, but not one of the criminals. She explained that a new Talos had risen to power, claiming the gang as her own, and forcing the homeless in the area to work legally to pay tribute. Colleen said no one dared oppose Talos due to her power. She could use an echo terminal to transform into a powerful echo, compelling submission. Even Colleen didn't trust Zani, suspecting the terminal might be connected to the Montelli family. Upon arriving at the rendezvous point, they found the hideout of the Runner, a smuggler who helped prisoners escape from Black Alley without revealing its entrance. Colleen warned that he was cunning and would flee at the first chance. Zani and Rover devised a plan. Zani would distract him from the front while Rover snuck in from behind. Rover successfully reached the Runner, who surrendered without resistance, knowing he had no chance of escape. Zani, listening from a distance, was relieved. No torture needed. With the entrance location secured, they moved out immediately, leaving Montelli's men to clean up. At the entrance to the underground zone, Zani bluntly asked Colleen if she had ever followed Talos' orders. Colleen admitted she had, albeit reluctantly, under threat. Zani warned her that when the time came to testify before the Chamber of Discipline, she'd have to tell the full truth and not blame the situation, displaying the strictness of the title Blazing Nightwalker. Colleen explained that Black Alley's current base was in a dangerous, complex underground sewer system that Talos used as her command center. They disguised themselves with masks and proceeded carefully to avoid recognition. Inside, they encountered puzzles. One involving a mechanism that required a heavy impact, and another with statues that needed to face the right direction to open a water gate. With clues from Colleen and Zani, Rover trusted his instincts and solved the puzzles. In the next zone, they found only a single, heavily intoxicated guard barely conscious. Colleen explained that this checkpoint usually had multiple guards, but those who defied Talos were often reassigned to such unimportant duties. The story began to reveal Talos' darker side, not only through threats and violence, but also by creating a system of control rooted in fear and coercion. Upon reaching the final ventilation tunnel before Talos' base, they noticed the system, supposedly broken, was still operational. Colleen explained Talos had it repaired, not just to deter intruders, but as a method of eliminating challenges. Anyone who opposed her and lost would be frozen and dumped into the tunnel. Zani grew wary and warned Rover of a possible ambush. Rover used Zani's shield to push through the strong winds and reached the elevator leading to the secret underground club. But when they opened the elevator doors, they saw no guards, no music, no trace of life. Colleen, confused, commented that even the laziest guards wouldn't abandon their post entirely. Colleen found a note left behind by a friend. It felt like a signal to run. Zani suspected that Talos might be the one behind the chaos, though no one knew yet why Talos had been rounding people up and taking them away. Just then, they encountered Thug. The man grumbled about having to haul out old folks again, further confirming that something suspicious was happening. Zani sprang into action, subduing the Thug and interrogating him, until he revealed that Talos was in the storeroom behind the trapdoor. As for the others, the Thug kept his mouth shut, eventually passing out to escape questioning. Zani decided to head straight for Talos, instructing Colleen to stay behind for her own safety. But Colleen refused. She insisted she remembered the way, and if she didn't lead them, they might get lost and fail to reach Talos in time. After navigating traps and strong winds from giant fans, Zani, Rover, and Colleen found the discarded bodies of the missing people below. They were still alive, but in desperate need of help. Among them was Hubert, someone Colleen knew from the past. He revealed that the elderly were abandoned because the Black Alley feared they would expose the group's secrets before they could escape. Zani then explained their reason for being here. Colleen had asked for help from the Montellis, and under Protocol 8, as an employee of Alvarado Vault, they were duty-bound to assist her until the mission was complete. Zani and Rover finally arrived at the place where Talos was.
Not here.
On to the next.
New type. Looking for me? Seems my men have gotten quite the beating from you. That uniform and crest. Are you the dogs the Montelli sent? Anyway, none of it matters.
Let me
Stick to the
handle
plan.
this. I am the Batman.
I've got this. The rest
Oh,
is
that
on
is
you.
cheerleader music behind her.
Zani marched forward with resolve, asking Rover to let her handle Talos alone, not just out of duty, but for personal reasons.
You just keep relying on that weapon!
Feel a bit similar to that Netflix movie I watched before. Forget the name. Jin or something. Yeah, really similar work.
The fight ended in Zani's victory. Through the enemy's eyes, her true identity was revealed. The long-lost Blazing Nightwalker, the flame-haired, scar-riddled vigilante. She neither pleaded nor showed mercy, nor forgave Talos for destroying lives in the name of corrupt order.
If you lost respect for the law, then fear me instead.
Afterward, Zani stepped away from the rescue team, leaving Colleen to contact the Montelli family. She returned to her quiet life. Though she still roughed up thugs at night, her heart was calmer now.
Protecting the rich is not exactly the work I find meaningful. But I get to slack off. Nothing to complain about. Late again.
You're all out of luck, sweetheart.
Hey,
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you. Have I ever thanked anyone so earnestly before? What was I thinking back then? Wishing someone would stand up for me, right? I'll walk a little longer.
Who are you? Mind your own damn business. It was you yesterday.
Have you heard about that one?
Blazing Nightwalker. How overdone. Time to work again.
In the end, Zani confided in Rover. The name Blazing Nightwalker wasn't the title of a hero or the stuff of legend. It was just a routine to her, like taking a nap before work, eating a wrap while it's hot, or fixing her hair just right. Of course, it's because I was always alone that chaos followed me. So I thought, why wait for things to get worse? I'll finish it now. And what changed everything was Rover, the one who brought real hope to the city. Someone who didn't just fight, but made a difference. Zani admitted she might be growing more obsolete each day, but that's okay, because finally, the city had someone who could truly keep the peace. Before parting, she handed Rover an old weapon, not just as a thank you, but as a way to carry on the path she once started. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more movie-style game stories. We cover everything from classic RPGs like Final Fantasy to the latest mobile and MMO, Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. Life's busy, so we keep games short and sweet. Get the story without the time commitment. A quarter of the time, all the fun. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.